Hey guys, Senon here, and today I have a question. Can you beat Pokemon Violet with only one Glaceon? This seems like a pretty straightforward question, because obviously, if you just overlevel Glaceon, it can pretty easily sweep any gym. And this goes for just about any Pokemon as well, so we're going to set some rules here. Rule 1. The run starts as soon as I am able to get a Glaceon, but without Glaceon, I am not allowed to do any Poke Battles period to include wild Pokemons and trainers, unless it is necessary to get a Glaceon. Rule 2. Obviously, can't use any Pokemon other than Glaceon. Rule 3, I cannot go over the level cap and will try my best to do the gyms in the proper order. Rule 4, I must complete all gyms, all Titans, all Team Star Raids, Elite Four, and the ending. Rule 5, I can only use one Glaceon. This is to prevent from just using a party of 6 Glaceons or trying to use 3 Glaceons because one Glaceon is good enough. One Glaceon is going to have to be good enough. And the run ends when you get to the battle with Miraidon. Sounds simple enough, right? Basically, beat the game using Glaceon only as soon as I can while not making things too easy. So this run begins like any other run, with making a character. I didn't really put too much effort into making my character because this run isn't about me. It's about Glaceon. As we start up the game, the first thing I do is try to change my clothes. Because even if this isn't a run about me, I'm still going to try to look drippy as fuck. After realizing I can't change my clothes yet, we head downstairs to be greeted by the professor, who tells us that he's going to give us a starter Pokemon. Upon further inspection, I've come to realize that none of the Pokemon he's offering are Glaceons. This complicates things. As the rule states, the run starts as soon as I'm able to get a Glaceon, so for now I'll have to pick one of these useless little dudes until I can get my hands on a real champ. I choose Sprigatito, because he's a double kitten, and yeah, okay, that's honestly my only reason. Immediately after this, Nimona decides to challenge me to a Pokemon battle, as every single rival likes to do. I easily destroy her with Spriggy, as she chooses a Pokemon that's weak to mine, meaning she is pretty much the dumbest rival in any Pokemon game ever. After this, Nimona forces me into a wild Pokemon battle so I can learn to catch a Pokemon. I do this because this is going to be needed to get a Glaceon as fast as humanly possible. After this, we go through the basic events of meeting Miraidon and getting out of the cave, blah blah, fight Arvin, fight Nimona again, get to school, fight 2 Team Star Trainers. There's a lot of battles before I get my freedom. And after finally 40 or so minutes, we can go and get a Glaceon. So right after you get let out for the treasure hunt assignment, you're able to access online features. So my plan here was to trade with my friend that Pokemon we caught earlier for a level 1 Eevee and go get an Ice Stone, and boom, Glaceon. But that didn't work because I wasn't signed into Nintendo Online because I used an alternate profile for this challenge, so I wouldn't have to overwrite my actual game. Okay, it's fine. I can just go catch an Eevee. According to the internet, Eevees can be found on the way to the Elite Four and near the first gym. And while rare, both areas spawn Eevees low enough level that I can still use them. So time to go catch us an Eevee. Okay, it should be around here somewhere. No? Okay, well, let's just check over here. Well, let's go check back. Okay. So it's been 2 hours, and I have still not found this damn thing. So it's on to plan 2. Catch 2 Glaceons and make them breed. Or, any other evolution works with that too. So we go all the way to the mountains in the north, making sure to grab the Ice Stone up there as we look for a Glaceon, which we find pretty fast. This one is level 30, male Glaceon. Also, since we got a Glaceon, no other Pokemon is allowed to be sent out to battle anymore. So I delete Spriggy and Lechonk from my party, and now it's only Glaceon. Level 30. Too high of a level for me to use. Good thing is, I really only needed to run away and take damage while I try to capture a female evolution. I couldn't find any female Glaceons after looking for 20 minutes, so I started looking for other ways to get evolutions. I found an Espeon, but it was male. So I ended up looking in probably the best place for this situation. I looked right by the Medali gym in the fields. Out here you can find 2 things that can help us in this situation. 1, a Jolteon and hope it's a female, or we can find a Ditto. However, despite all the Jolteons on my map saying they spawn somewhere, I could not find a single Jolteon. However, I did spot a really sus looking Deerling, and upon going to battle it, it turned into a magnificent Ditto. Finally, my search was over. So I caught the Ditto, and now it's time for breeding. And here it is, 1 Eevee, which will automatically turn into a Glaceon. Now the run has finally begun. I start with giving it some candy to level up, and oh sick, it's caught up now. On to the first gym. And as a first gym, always starts by rolling some olives around, which I do with finesse. And now for the gym battle. The moment you have all been waiting for. The one, the only... Oh, it's already over? So yeah, Glaceon absolutely tore through this gym battle. For one, because I didn't realize that a few little candies would bring it from level 1 to 18. And second, because Glaceon being an evolved Pokemon naturally has higher stats than what a first gym's Pokemon would have. So yeah, next task. Okay, now it's time to take a break from gyms and take on some Titan Pokemon. I try to take on Bombardier, the Open Sky Titan. However, he decides I should eat shit and die. So we end up going with Cloth, the Stony Cliff Titan, which we basically just spam Icy Wind and it takes care of him. The double battle went even easier with Arvin backing me up, so that's 1 Titan out of 5 down. At this point, we have 2 gyms, 1 Titan, and 0 Team Star bases. So let's go pay them a visit, starting with the weakest one, Giacomo. So I go to the base. Caspia briefs me on what I got to do along with the professor. Clive. And I go to take on the base. A grunt stops me at the gate, thinking he's hot snot. All he is a cold. Oh, well, shit. Okay, so I was definitely not prepared for a Houndour 3 levels higher than me to smoke my ass. But hey, fuck around and find out, right? So instead, I shove 4 medium candies down Glaceon's throat and go for Bombardier, which should be a decent bit easier thanks to typing advantage. And after that, it goes super smoothly. It was 1 shot.
When it matters most and he's like 1 fucking shot.
Is level 20 overleveled? Anyway, yay for candies. Time for vengeance against Team Star. But wait, this isn't the same trainer I battled last time. And this isn't a Houndour. Well, this time it played out perfectly. Considering I got to fight a flying type instead of a fire type. I am sad I didn't get revenge though. Well, time to burn this place to the grow. Oh no, what? Okay, so it turns out you literally need 3 Pokemon to beat Team Star. And even if you get to really weak Pokemon and force feint them, they just get full healed once you start the raid. So all Team Star bases cannot be done with 1 Pokemon. Which means, can you beat Pokemon Violet with just Glaceon? No, you can't beat it with any single Pokemon. The minimum requirement is 3. However, we might as well just change our goal. We will become the champion at the very least and take on all the Titan Pokemon. So I suppose it's on to the next gym. And before we even get to do it, Nemona decides that we need a Pokemon battle. For the gym. Seriously, who's the one that designs this shit? Also, I guess I technically broke the rules because I am a whopping 7 levels higher than Nemona. So yeah, my bad. Complete annihilation. So now we can finally start the test for Levincia Gym, which apparently entails guest starring on Iono's livestream and fighting Pokemon, while also playing Where's Waldo with Professor, just so she can get subscribers off of me? Speaking of subscribers, if you like the video so far, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Statistics say that 88.1% of you aren't subscribed. Okay, fine. I'll stop. None of the trainer battles pose any problems because I was sort of, overleveled. Time to fight Iono. She sends out a Watch Roll, which gets obliterated in 1 shot because, again, I'm overleveled and have a typing advantage. The second Pokemon she sends out, though, gives me a scare when he gets a critical that shreds my HP down to 39 and paralyzes me. I, however, just use a full restore to offset the damage and paralysis at the same time. But Luxio goes down without a problem. So does Miss Magius. And that's all for that gym. On to the next one. I think it's time to take on another Titan. And the next in line is Orthworm, the Lurking Steel Titan. I don't remember why, but I spend the first turn in battle trying to run for some reasons, before realizing I can't and just attack anyway. To my surprise, we actually do a decent bit of damage and are able to beat the first phase with just a few Icy Winds to his face. After this battle, I realized it's time to get the moves for Glaceon that will turn him into an absolute unit on the battlefield, so no one can ever stop it. Calm Mind and Stored Power. So after grabbing these 2 TMs, we put them on Glaceon and start the final fight with Orthworm. We start off how we'll start off a lot of our battles from here on out. We boost our stats with Calm Mind and X Defense. This is to make sure that we can take tons of hits, but also so that we can use stat increases to increase our damage output through Stored Power. Stored Power works by every stage of stat increase you get, it adds 20 power to the move. So 1 X Defense does 2 stages of defense, plus Calm Mind's 1 special attack and 1 special defense per use. We get a base power of 100, plus our special attack increases. Yeah, imagine if we repeat this process a few more times. So after some increases, Orthworm goes down without a problem and get a new ability for Miraidon, Jumping Higher. Not as great as dashing or swimming, but is actually very helpful, so I'll take it. After this, I have a picnic because Glaceon looks like he needs a bath and a sandwich after all his hard work he's done so far. Then we continue on to our next goal, the Cascaroffa Gym. On the way to give the gym leader his wallet, I decided that we should see if Glaceon could take out Iron Shreds before we hit the gym. And despite my best efforts, an underleveled Glaceon doesn't really stand a chance in hell against the Titan. So we continue the journey to get the leader back as well, and we are stopped by his best apprentice. Man, Kofu, you might need to find yourself a new apprentice, because this guy's just sad. After this, Kofu decided I had to do a test to see if I had what it really takes to truly be a champion. Win an auction for ingredients. Wait, really? So anyway, after that, I get some stat boosts for Glaceon's defense and special defense. Head to the gym to teach Kofu that being a top tier trainer needs more than auctioning skills. It requires lots of drugs. So yeah, easy gym. So we head to the next gym leader, Larry. So gym trial is picking the right ingredients. Yeah, I'm just gonna look this up on the internet. And there we go. Got the answers right. Let's get this battle on. The only real notable thing about this gym is Koala he sends out kind of gave me a little scare, but after that was through and we were properly boosted, it goes very well. Come to think about it, the only surprise that's happened so far is not being able to do the team star raids. Weird. Maybe this will be easier than I thought. Immediately after the gym, Nimona decides she wants to turn getting her shit rocked. And in front of the champ, no less. And while the Lycan Rock gives me some trouble, everything else was barely worth mentioning. Shit rocked. So time to give old Iron Treads another go. And after some X defense and some calm mines, it's not too bad. A little scary, but overall, not bad at all. The second fight goes a lot easier because we have Arvin Scoville to do a little damage and take some hits for Glaceon. So yeah, Iron Treads down. After that, we give Glaceon yet another bath and sandwich, and we were ready for our next task. So we just did a Titan, and while probably properly leveled, we were definitely outmatched as far as Titan is concerned. I think we should just go for another Titan and get all of our movement abilities. So we do just that. Time to go for the False Dragon Titan. Our first encounter I think goes pretty well, but was a super close call. So we'll go to heal up Glaceon and hope that having Arvin with us makes the second fight even easier. Which it was in some aspects, but it definitely put up a good fight. And then from the depth came the one to be truly feared, Tatsugiri. Okay, so Tatsugiri is a little harder for one reason. Its attacking stats are a fair bit higher than Dodonzo. It also got a lucky Dragon Pulse crit, which kind of ruined everything. So we do it again. Dodonzo went just fine. Tatsugiri goes just as well this time, thanks to it not getting a lucky crit. And we finally get the flying ability after Arvin fully heals his Pokemon. After this, we were told to go to the lab, but we're going to hold off on that to probably before the Elite Four or after. I don't know. It's whatever I decide, honestly. So time to clean up the gyms as well. We go up this mountain and do the gym test. Yoga. Did they run out of ideas? This isn't even really a challenge, just pressing buttons and fights. Guess this is a kid's game. The first fight goes through just fine, which I would hope so considering it's just a kid. And now we do more yoga? It's not even different or harder. Why are we doing this? Okay, next fight. This one also go down with no problem. Oh, I haven't had this happen in a while. Or ever. Okay, so Grumpig isn't that bad, but that Metacham, it scares me. I tried again, but to basically the same result. And every time we try, we have to do the yoga again. So I say we change up our strats here. And try the last gym leader. Okay, but hear me out. This one shouldn't be too bad considering as a fellow ice type, they won't really be able to do a lot to hurt Glaceon right off the bat, giving me plenty of time to pump him full of steroids before ripping through that gym. But before that, we gotta do some snowboarding as a gym test. Hey, that actually sounds like fun. Oh. This is honestly something that could have been so much fun, but is instead a test so easy it would literally be impossible to fail unless you were trying to. And even then, maybe not. Okay, well with that done, let's try our tried and true method at the gym. That doesn't count. And on that note, time to take on the ice gym leader, Grusha. Now, Grusha usually isn't bad for me on my runs on this game. I don't think she's going to do much better this time. Wait, what? Grusha's a guy? Huh. The more you know. So anyway, Grusha gets crushed by a roided out Glaceon, and I decided we should just buy a little more time before I take vengeance on Metacham. So let's get our rap on with the other gym leader that lives in the mountains. Before we can do the challenge, Nimona decides she wants to lose again. Which, yeah, she does. Very easily, too. After destroying Nimona, MC Sludge explains to us the rules of the gym challenge. Okay, double battles. Sounds painful, but I think Glaceon can clutch 2v1. Uh-huh. Cool, let's do it. Wait, what? We need two Fuck! Well, I guess that's all you can do with only one Pokemon. I honestly never saw this coming, and I know you needed 2 Pokemon for this gym and 3 Pokemon for Team Star Raids. I never would have ever done this challenge. To think the only story you can complete in this game with a single Pokemon is Arvin's story. I decided not to do the other gym because this challenge is already beyond saving, and I'm sure I can beat that Machamp without much effort, but at this point, it's not worth it anymore. No, I'm not running away. It's just not worth it, I promise. Well, that's all. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this challenge and want to see other videos like this. Also, comment down below if you'd like me to do other challenge videos of this or other games. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.